1970s, it was a great time to grow up. It felt wide open, you know, like anything could happen. I remember catching a Frisbee at a David Bowie concert. Yeah. 1978. It was the Heroes Tour, which may or may not sound like a major life event, but let me tell you, it was a very big deal. At the time, back then, rock concerts were happenings. There were gatherings of the tribes and tossing frisbees and beach balls through the giant clouds of marijuana that filled the arena while everyone was waiting for the lights to go down. That was an important part of the trip. David Bowie in 1978, man, everyone had really stepped up their game. The women came dressed to this revival meeting with tons of glitter, hot pants, platform boots, and tight Diamond Dog t-shirts faded from the previous tour. Even the dudes were wearing the lightning bolt Aladdin Sane makeup. It was as if Jesus had fallen to earth. Gets me hot too when they do that, yeah. The girl that asked me to go to the show with her to see David Bowie, she was wearing denim overalls and no shirt. The bib and the straps just somehow managed to cover her nipples, and her breasts hung there flawlessly, like some sort of middle finger in the face of gravity. And even in this crowd, she nearly caused a riot. I have no idea why I was invited. I was the youngest, there were 4 of us. The rest were a little bit older than me. But she held my hand when we got off the train at Penn Station, all the way till we found our seats on the arena floor. And anyway, I caught a Frisbee. You always kind of hope that one would come your way, and if it did, you could be quick enough to catch it, because catching a Frisbee at a rock concert was so much more badass than swatting at some big old gay beach ball. And there it was, the Frisbee in my hand. But before I could fling it back, the guy next to me says, "Dude, wait a second, let me see that thing." And he took it from me, and he flipped it over, and he poured a big powder of white sparkling powder on it. So I got this Frisbee with the powder on it. And we all snorted a line. And then I let it sail. And let me tell you, I can really throw a fucking Frisbee. It's one of the 5 things I do very well. And I don't know if you've ever had a chance to huck a Frisbee across the arena at Madison Square Garden, but it's truly something else. There's a lot of space, and you can really air it out. And with what turned out to be pure amphetamine percolating in my brain, and David Bowie about to start singing, it was one of the finest, most crystalline moments of the entire decade. This was me living in the extreme present, and that's what my father never taught. Never mind David Bowie and Frisbees and mystery dust. He never learned how to let go and live in the moment. He was always so worried about what other people thought of him, so freaked out, so worried about the future that he let the future be the enemy of the now. It's like what Bill Hicks once said, if you're living for tomorrow, you'll always be a day behind.